Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is whenever you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new Aquarius and Leo videos on Friday. Let me go ahead and take these cards. But like I was saying, the deck that I'm using today is called the Sun and Moon Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the link is in the description. All right, so right off the bat, we have the Eight of Cups as your overall energy. And the Eight of Cups talks about walking away. As you can see in the illustration, you have somebody who's leaving all of his cups behind. And to me, this is very symbolic because all those cups are empty and they have nothing left to offer him. So I feel like you guys have been in a situation that's been basically milked dry, and there's nothing left for you there anymore. So I feel like a lot of you are starting to make the transition to walking away. But for some of you guys, you might still be having a lot of trouble with that, especially because I'm looking here and I'm seeing the Eight of Swords. So whenever you see the Eight of Swords, you always have this feeling of being trapped, of not being able to leave. And the great irony of the Eight of Swords is that in all the depictions of the Eight of Swords, the woman, or person I should say, that is trapped is able to break free because there are swords around them, right? A lot of times the illustration is tied up and blindfolded, but in this one she's sort of having on these marionette strings. So I'm getting the feeling that you're being used. I see the Princess and the Prince of Pentacles, so it tells me that for a lot of you guys, you might be being used for money. And with this Four of Cups, I definitely have this feeling that you guys are wanting more out of the situation, or at least wanting more fairness. Whenever I see the Four of Cups, it always talks about, for me personally at least, stagnancy, wanting more, not necessarily like in a greed way, but like in a deserving more, but not like entitlement. It's a very complicated feeling to articulate, but it's like not wanting to settle for less. And I feel like right now this is a very difficult situation because you have the Moon card here, and whenever you have the Moon card, it always talks about very emotional things, very intuitive things, very hard to like pinpoint with words kind of an energy, right? It also means secrets. So I think that there's a lot of secrets going on here. And I'm looking at these cards and I see the Prince of Swords, I see the Princess of Pentacles, the Prince of Pentacles, the Princess of Wands. Definitely a lot of people cards, people bringing messages back and forth. I feel like you're right now in some kind of a conflict almost, where there's a lot of people involved and they're all sort of messaging each other. Everyone's sort of in communication with each other because I see all of these knights and pages. And let me just go through the signs because we have a little bit of everything. We have the Page of Swords, which is air signs. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then we have the Princess of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And then we have the Princess and the Prince of Pentacles. So there's heavy Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. And with this Moon card, I feel like everyone kind of knows what's going on, but whenever the interactions between these players goes on, there's a weird dynamic where not all the truth is said, not all the conversation is entirely honest. I also want to point out that I saw that I used the word player. That was a word that I used sort of absentmindedly. What I meant was key players, or like people involved. But I'm thinking that for some of you, like, you might be dealing with like a playgirl, playboy type that is stirring up trouble here. And I'm feeling that whoever is sort of this Prince of Swords, which it may very well be you, because Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini all fall under this element. It feels trapped here with this Eight of Swords. But also notice that all of these other sort of elements, energy, people are down here, where on the bottom row, whereas the Prince of Swords is up on the first row with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands talks about victory. So I think that a lot of you guys are seeing victory now. A lot of you guys are going to see victory here soon. But, well, like I said, these cards have, a lot of them will have words printed on them that go with their meaning. You have victory printed onto the Six of Wands. So I'm seeing that for a lot of you guys, you're seeing that success, being able to sort of finally relax and breathe, I feel. Because you're the one that's coming out on top here. I feel like all of these people that have been involved, for better or for worse, aren't going to quite get their way. I feel like for a lot of people, this is going to be a lose-lose situation, especially depending on how they were involved. But for you guys, I'm definitely seeing that, especially if you're not the ones that like started the beef or whatever, I'm seeing that there's going to be a lot of this victory for you guys. I almost feel like this fire sign might also be helping you, or at least someone with heavy fire in their chart. For a lot of you guys, I'm getting a very like fiery Taurus in particular, and I know that's a little bit specific, but I know that the Aquarians that I have in my life personally both have a fiery Taurus near them. So for some of you guys that might be relevant, but for others of you it might just be a fire sign in general. Maybe also, instead of there being multiple people, you might see somebody who has these placements. So it could be one person that has maybe a fire placement and two earth placements. Like, just throwing something out there, Leo rising with a Virgo sun, moon, something like that. But whatever it is, this energy on the bottom row is being dishonest. And for some of you, it might be the other way around. Hopefully it's not. But if you're the one that's being in the dishonest energy, then I don't think things are going to go through very well for you. But I don't think you are. I think that you're just doing the best with what you have right now. And that's why you're going to see this victory up here, is because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you were trapped. And the last thing you want to do to an Aquarius is make them feel trapped. But with this Four of Wands and this Eight of Swords, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of that entrapment of feeling like you can't move on. But with this Eight of Cups and Six of Wands, I'm seeing that you make the breakthrough. And it's not necessarily here, but I feel, I sense the new beginning energy. So I think that for a lot of you guys, you're going to move into a new stage of your life where it's a completely different ball game. But that was your reading for this time around, Aquarius. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I was saying, like I said before, I upload my new Aquarius videos on Friday. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of the other timeless readings that I have up on my channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time.